Hey guys, Coach Ben here, bigbenchas.com, and today we're going to talk about why benching with less arch can actually be a beneficial thing. So you may have seen my videos before on which I talk you through how to get a very extreme powerlifting arch, one in which we don't have to press the bar very far. Some benefits to that, obviously utilizing leverages in order to not press the bar as far. That is the ideal situation in powerlifting. We don't have to press the bar farther than we have to, then why don't we take advantage of that, all right? So obviously within the rules of powerlifting, keeping your butt on a bench and everything, right, we want an extreme arch when we're competing, when we're trying to handle the heaviest loads. Other reasons, we do want to keep our shoulders safe. Nothing does that better than a powerlifting setup in which you're creating a big arch. Believe it or not, actually can keep you way safer than if you didn't do that. When we actually want to use a relaxed setup, what I'm going to share with you today, why would we want to bench with less arch? Main reason for this is to create an additional training stimulus. All right, so for someone like myself, if you can get into a big extreme arch, if you're flexible enough to actually put your body in that position, all right, then you don't ever really get to train through a longer range of motion, which is usually going to stress your chest, shoulder development more. We still want to build those areas. And for example, if you have an extreme arch like myself, it's mostly going to be triceps, back strength, but not much else. I never really get a chest pump if I'm benching with a big arch. It's good to sometimes relax that arch a bit. Allow yourself to go through a longer range of motion. It's almost like using a buffalo bar tool in which the bar is curved, you're going through a longer range of motion. It's similar to that. Make it training harder for you. You get stronger through a greater range of motion, you stress your pecs, your shoulders more, it's going to make you stronger for when you go back to when you have that extreme arch. The other benefit is just time management, okay? Time management in which you're doing speed sets or something like that. You don't want to keep going through this whole bridged up process on the bench press, setting up the same way with all the details that you would take into competition. So there's a lot of reasons why we'd want to relax our arch a bit. The main one being it being a new training stimulus. I made the best raw bench progress when I would stress a lot of feet up benching, because it's not going to put me in as extreme an arch. So I'm going to show you how to use a more relaxed arch when you bench press. Main thing being is we want to have a minimal amount of leg drive to keep our positioning. We don't necessarily want to try to create as much force as possible back into the bar. We just want to maintain positioning here, and then scapular positioning where we're getting our shoulders so that we can actually keep our shoulders safe under load. Obviously, we still want to keep that pinch and tuck, and we want to be able to use our lats and load into our back properly. So I'm going to show you a more relaxed bench press setup. So as opposed to going through the whole bridging process here, wedging our shoulder blades together, utilizing leverages, right? Jamming ourselves into position, doing all those nuances to gain a huge arch, we're going to keep it simple. All right, so for this, all I will do is I'll probably get my shoulder blades pinched. I can utilize something to help me with that. I'm going to use my legs here, bridge up a little bit, just to position most of my weight on my traps. Okay, then I'm going to get my feet where I want them, and I'm good to go. Main things being here that I'm utilizing my legs just to position my weight onto my traps. So instead of just sitting here flat, laying here flat, right, I want a strong pinch of my shoulder blades, and I'm using my legs again, put weight on the back of my neck, my upper traps, all right, and keep weight off my butt from sitting on the pad. All right, I want to transfer my force back. It doesn't need to be as extreme of when we do a full powerlifting arch, but just enough so that we can shift that weight. All right, so shoulders in a good position, shift our weight to our traps, and we are good to go. I want to lift my chest, drive my shoulders into the pad, and I am ready to bench. And as opposed to my normal range of motion, this is a much greater range of motion I have to travel. But this can be an ideal training stimulus. So there you have it, guys. This is how to use a relaxed setup. Again, it's going to be much more simplified than getting into an extreme setup. We're just going to position the feet, position our weight back to our traps, make sure our shoulders are in a good spot, and we're good to go. Okay, now is this ideal to bench with all the time? No. We want to take advantage of as much leverage in those millimeters in the setup as we can when we're going to compete or lift the most weight possible. But this certainly changes up the training stimulus and making you travel through a greater range of motion, all right, while remaining safe doing so. So there you have it, guys. Try this out in your training. If you have a big arch, this will help you out a ton. Believe me, Coach Ben here. And you know where to find me. You can meet me on a bench. Thanks for watching the video. If you want to learn more about how to increase your bench press, consider joining us in our Better Benching Academy. To learn more, simply click the link down below in the description box or visit bigbenchas.com/BB Academy. I'll see you there.